Well, just like I promised, today we're painting the Zuul body. So make sure you stay tuned. It's all coming up next in this episode. So before I actually put paint on this body, there's one thing I want to do first, and that's because I have a specific color in mind that I want, and I can't get it in a polycarbonate safe type paint, not in the brands that we're accustomed to using on RC cars like Tamiya or Traxxas or Duratrax or any of those other paints. But to me, it does have a color that's close, and that is this. This is mustard yellow, PS 56. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this paint, and we're going to make a couple of color swatches using cans. I want to try to do it the easy way, obviously. Easier is better. My other alternative would be to custom mix the paint. And I really am hesitant about taking the paint out of the can. That can be dangerous and not ideal. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the scrap piece of Lexan. I am going to cut it into sections, make a couple of swatches. I'll spray the mustard yellow on those swatches, and then I'm going to back it with different colors. So we'll do just mustard yellow, back it with white. Then I'll do mustard yellow backed with red and backed with black, and then I'll do one just with backed with black. The idea is I want to try to make this yellow a little bit more, a little bit warmer by adding the red, and darker by adding the black. So we will see if this is going to work. Hopefully it works. It'll be a lot easier just to spray these cans of paint rather than having to mix it. Because if I mix it, then I have to mix enough to paint the whole body, which I'm nervous about doing that, because if I don't mix enough paint and then I end up running out of paint and then trying to mix it and make it exact, there's going to be a noticeable difference. So spray cans is going to be the easiest. That's what we're going to start off with. If this doesn't work, we'll look into other alternatives. So hopefully this works. All right, so I got my swatches here, and as you can see, they're all fairly similar, and none of them are the color that I was looking for. So this is mustard yellow by itself. You can see under the light looks different here and here. And then this is mustard yellow backed with black only. It's a little bit darker, but not much. And then this is mustard yellow backed with red. Looks very similar to just the black. And it's pretty much what I expected. But this is the reason why it pays to do swatches like this once in a while. You figure out what colors that you like and what you don't like. So I don't like these. But I did find this. I was having a conversation about this with some friends, and we all kind of figured, you know what, this is made for plastic. It's made to bond to plastic. This should work. They have the color that I want, because I wanted a tan. A lot of car interiors come in tan. This is made for cars. So I decided, you know, I'm going to go buy a can and give this a shot. I've heard of people using this on Lexan, but I've never used it personally, and I didn't know how it was going to react, so I decided to try it. And this is it. This is the color that I was looking for. It's more of a tan. You can see there, the color there, that's what it looks like. And I backed it with black because I wanted to see that this is Tamiya black. I wanted to see if it was going to react in any way with the Tamiya paint, and it didn't. This was painted shortly after I painted the tan, and there was no reaction, which tells me that they're made out of similar type of chemicals, and they should bond. They should bond very well. I've tried scratching it. It doesn't scratch off very easily. These scratches here were done shortly after I had painted it. And this has now been about 30 minutes since I painted it. It's not coming off. I've tried bending it. Doesn't crack. It's not peeling. So I think this paint's going to work. This is the color that we're going to use to paint the Zuul Runner, along with a few other colors. I'm going to use these right here. So now we can go ahead and start making our mask and paint the body. To design the paint scheme, I went into Adobe Illustrator. I have my line art here for the top and for the side. I filled it in with the base color. And then I went in and designed the paint scheme. So there's the top, there's the side. This is all going to be cut out of vinyl. What I'll end up doing is I'll have to mask it off in stages. I'll do the white circles first, then the stripes, and then this carbon fiber area here. This black area here is going to be a carbon fiber look. So that'll be cool. And then I also did a number plate graphic. I'll get those printed at a local sign shop here. Black ink on clear vinyl. So that'll be stuck on there. It's just too much detail to cut out of vinyl and to paint. So I'll just do a sticker. And then once this is all painted, I'll go ahead and be able to sticker it all up with various stickers that I have. So next step is to take this design to the vinyl cutter and cut it out. Now that the body's all masked off, it's time to spray some paint. I'm going to spray the tan down first. That'll be the main color. Then I will peel up the middle and spray the carbon fiber look that's going to go on here. And then the stripes. And then lastly, the white roof and number plates. It should be pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and hunt outside and start spraying some paint. paint this carbon fiber look, it's super easy. I have my masking down. It's a zigzag pattern with every other line masked. First color that we're going to spray down is going to be the Tamiya gunmetal, PS23. And then we'll peel off all of these lines and then spray the black. And we'll back the whole body with black to kind of darken up this tan a little bit. And that's going to give us a great carbon fiber look. Well, we're in the home stretch. This project is almost done. And while that paint dries, I am going to go ahead and see Dan over at My Trick RC. He's going to help me pick out some LEDs and a controller for this project. And then we can move on to final assembly. So that'll be coming up in the next couple of episodes. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. And we'll see you in the next one.